Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got an awesome video in store for you. We're going to be talking about the Chapter 2 Season 2 update that is coming on February 21st, which pretty much everybody on Twitter that I've seen, at least, is freaking out about. I know that Denver guy did just upload a video saying that nobody really cared about it, which honestly, I disagree. I feel like that's only a certain amount of people, especially the big content creators who don't really rely on Fortnite that much. No disrespect to Denver, love him, great guy, great content creator, but I disagree. I'm super excited for this update right now, and if you're on Twitter following, so is Mongrel, so is Benji Fishy, a lot of big pro players replying to every single teaser, freaking out trying to figure out what it is. Well, I think I have actually figured out what's going to happen in Season 2. And literally as of right now, guys, some crazy teasers just dropped. There's going to be a huge map update. We'll take a look at that, as well as the game literally being hacked. It's some crazy stuff. My theory's unreal. You're gonna want to stick around for it. So we're gonna go through the teasers, and I'm gonna give you guys my crazy prediction, which I think is going to be right. If you're excited for that, drop a like on this video. Don't forget to sub as well, because we're also going to be talking about some other crazy stuff in this video, like how Fortnite is absolutely not going to die, and I'm going to tell you guys why, as well as Epic Games getting called out and exposed by a professional team, a huge one, their CEO coming out on Twitter firing shots. We'll take a look at that later. Now again, I don't want to toot my own horn, but you guys know this. I've been pretty good when it comes to predicting stuff, like Mongrel joining FaZe, the whole evade situation recently. Now, I'm not perfect. I could very well be wrong in this video, but I think I've cracked the code, guys. And if this is true, I think it means a lot of great things coming for us and the future of Fortnite. Now, back to the video Denver made. He's right, though. There are a lot of people like Tim the Tatman, Ninja, a lot of like the really bigger guys whose careers aren't solely reliant on Fortnite, who can play and stream other games, so they're not as inclined to show up on the actual update time and stream. They'll check it out later in a YouTube video or on someone else's stream, and if it's good, they'll come on Fortnite and play it as well. But when you get down to people like me, the Fortnite guy, like Fortnite is my life, guys. I love it. I've been grinding the game recently, and honestly, it hasn't been that bad for me. Maybe because I haven't been grinding non-stop like some of you guys since like Season 6. I pretty much started in Season 11. So I do understand why some of you would be frustrated and annoyed with Fortnite, but trust me, this is not the end of the game. It is not dying. Sure, it's slowing down, but it is still one of the biggest and best games out there. Go on Twitch, it's always top 3. Most of the time it's top 2, unless there's like a big event going on in some other game. We still have really big players streaming every single day, like Tfue, Clix, Mongrel, and Benji Fishy, who are all continuing to grow. Maybe Tfue's slowing down a little bit, but that's because I feel like he doesn't stream as much. But someone like Clix, who's on every single day, his stream's been growing a ton, and he's kind of taken over that like top 2, top 3 spot with Tfue and Booga, where he's averaging like 10K concurrently per stream every single time almost. So I wanted to get my opinion out there, guys. I definitely don't think Fortnite's dying, but there is a major issue, which I do want to talk about as well in this video, and that's going to be the Fnatic CEO, right after dropping all of their Fortnite players, coming to Twitter and calling out Epic Games. We'll take a look at that at the end of the video, but now, guys, let's look over these teasers and talk about my prediction. So you guys have more than likely seen all of these teasers that came out earlier today, either on Denver's video or on Twitter, so we'll go through them quickly. You guys can see here the Twitter banner and the Twitter icon of Fortnite completely changed. Then they dropped a few different teasers this morning showing these pictures of like gold and random stuff, and the leakers did come out and find out that it was the Chaos Agent put together, which was awesome, and then a few other things like this, where they kind of just analyze everything in the picture, maybe a crown over there, a bunker door, a ship, etc. Nothing really confirmed, so we'll move on from this one. And then we come to a big tweet coming out from leaker Lucas. He said, code on Fortnite.com suggests that Season 2 may be called The Takeover. Now, this is really big with my theory, and you guys will see why soon. This next one also ties into it. If you go to the official Discord of Fortnite, you'll see there is a new rank called the Agency. Now, in this next screenshot, this is going to be Donald Mustard changing his location on Twitter to redacted. Now, redacted is actually a location in the Fortnite game. It's a bunker, as you guys can see there on the right side screenshot. Oh, and also, if you don't know who Donald Mustard is, he basically runs Fortnite. He's one of the biggest higher-ups in the entire game. So after I saw a lot of these teasers, mainly the takeover, the bunker, and the chaos agent, I started thinking, what if there's some agency trying to hack Fortnite? And that's when I made this tweet. I said, Fortnite is being hacked for Season 2, and these hackers are going to make changes to the game for us. Hopefully this is an excuse that Epic Games is going to use to listen to their community, and we've gotten tons of likes, 2.8 thousand. So it seems like there's a lot of people that either hope this is going to be true, or that agree with me. Now, we didn't have too much to go off of when I made this tweet earlier. There was only a few teasers dropped, like these ones, but ever since then, there has been this one video to surface, which I believe personally confirms the hacking of Fortnite during Season 2. Let's go and roll it real quick.
Ready, man? First is free. Yeah. Alright. Daniel!
I don't know exactly where this clip came from, but it happened like 5 minutes ago and it's been blowing up all over Twitter. Literally the game getting hacked live, guys. My prediction 8 hours ago seems to be coming true. I mean, if you guys really think about it, it's plausible. Why would the game be getting hacked like this? Why would there be some random agency? Why is Donald Mustard going to redacted where there's a bunker? Maybe he's being held ransom and the Chaos Agent's taken over Fortnite. And I'm hoping this also means that Epic Games is going to allow us in some form to kind of pick what happens to Fortnite. Now, that's definitely a long shot there, but in terms of the storyline and where the game's going, I definitely do believe that it's being hacked by the Chaos Agency and other things. Now, there was another teaser that just came out from Epic, and it does confirm that there is going to be a big map change right in the middle. As you guys can see by this tweet from HypeX, the middle island in the map will be upgraded next season. We can zoom in on that right image and you can see it's the same one from the middle island, and there's a bunch of buildings and stuff, so that's really nice to see. I'm sure there's going to be other big changes as well, and we can all hope that it means good stuff for the future of Fortnite. But that's going to be it for my prediction and the teasers, guys. We'll continue to follow this over the next few days, but let's move on now and talk about the final topic, which is going to be Epic Games getting called out hard, which is crazy. One of the biggest CEOs in esports is calling out Epic Games for not supporting their teams, which is true, and I'm going to tell you guys why. Then after that, we're going to hop into my prediction for what's going down in Season 2. It's crazy, guys, and I might just be right. But let's talk about this issue between Epic Games and professional esports orgs. Fortnite has done a pretty poor job supporting the competitive scene recently, and they also have a history of not supporting esports organizations. So the first part of this is pretty obvious. Over the last like 4 to 3 months, Epic really hasn't communicated at all. We haven't had any big events, and it sucked. Prior to that, they were doing a really good job, like with the Fortnite World Cup and Fortnite Championship Series, but it just like fell off. I don't know why. Maybe they're waiting for Chapter 2. But anyways, the main issue here is that historically, ever since basically the start of Fortnite esports, they have done a terrible job working with professional esports orgs. For example, at the Fortnite World Cup, pro players were not even allowed to represent their organizations in-game, which is why you didn't see like FaZe Mongrel or NRG Benji Fishy or KNG Unknown. You just saw Unknown, Benji Fishy, Mongrel. It's because they didn't want to involve the orgs in-game, which to be fair is where a lot of big teams get their names out there, is by having their tag right in front of their big player. And another example at the Fortnite World Cup, yes, pro players were allowed jerseys, but if you actually go back and look at the jerseys, a lot of them were super plain, and there were players on like, let's say Misfits, Clicks, and Skeptic, they were wearing literally a black shirt that just had a little tiny icon of their Misfits logo on it, because they weren't allowed to wear their actual jerseys because Fortnite would not approve them. I had the same situation happen with my team. We spent like a month and a half designing our jerseys to something we love, loved. And you guys can see it right here. I'll put it up here as well as the Skeptic and the Clicks jersey. So this was our original jersey we made, and then this is what we had to use because they wouldn't approve that last one for reasons I don't even understand. They just didn't want our branding out there. And then here you can see those very plain shirts that Skeptic and Clicks were wearing. So basically, if Clicks won the World Cup, there would have been no representation for Misfits. It would have been almost impossible for most casual people to know he was on that team. And this is why some pro teams in the past have avoided joining Fortnite, and it's also why one of the biggest esports organizations in the world just completely decided to drop Fortnite, and that's going to be Fnatic. So when Fnatic dropped a lot of their pro players the other day, their CEO had to come out and make a statement because they were getting a lot of backlash from those players' fans. Well, the CEO had to get on Twitter and call out Epic Games because of this. He said, "Guys, we still massively believe in the potential of Fortnite competitive, but I'm not sure Epic always feels the same way. We speak with all publishers, work with them on driving esports. Epic doesn't feel it needs us. We are here, open, and ready to help drive Fortnite esports. Use us." So the CEO of Fnatic is basically begging Epic Games to use them and involve them in their esports plans in order to make a better and healthier environment for esports teams and players. I know the struggle of this, guys, as someone who owns a esports team mainly in Fortnite and also someone who's trying to put on an event in Fortnite. This stuff is hard, guys. We've been planning since November. It's tough. And that is going to be the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, do me a favor, drop a like on it. Don't forget to sub. I love you guys. I'm out of here. Peace.